Hello and welcome to a full review of the Butterfly Book Club subscription box for 2024. Let's flutter on by. So I have left this subscription box until last, so I have reviewed Illumicrate's Evernight, Illumicrate itself, Page and Wick, and the Lock Library. Nearly forgot that one. But the Butterfly Book Club is my absolute favourite, and I only started getting it last year. And then only in April. So I found this subscription box, I think I found it advertised on Instagram. Some of their posts kept coming up, I was like, ooh, that's pretty. So I signed up for the waitlist and I was on the waitlist maybe 2 weeks, if that, at that time. I can't imagine that the waitlist is months now, but it might be. So we are going to kick off with the first book I got in April, and the theme for April was Cursebreaker. And the book for April was A Cursed Kiss by Jenny Hickman. Now, if you can't tell by the cover, this is a romantasy. It was the first fair romantasy that I have ever read. It is not going to be my last. Let's have a look at the artwork first. So this is the beautiful front cover. No foiling, but it is glossy. But they do use every single little inch on this front cover just for the beautiful, beautiful artwork. We have the beautiful, beautiful spine and a quote from the book along with more flowery artwork over here which says, "No one deserved eternal torment for a mistake made a long time ago, and it had taken me far too long to realise that everyone, even cursed monsters, deserved forgiveness." And we don't have a barcode, but we do have the Butterfly Book Club exclusive edition, just says it down there. Now the sprayed edges are, we do have a block colour, and a castle. Now this becomes apparent because a couple of books that won't feature in this video because I bought them in 2025 is the second and third book in the series, which you can see just down there, and the sprayed edges do all go together. So just to show you what they look like, this is what the sprayed edges of the full set looks like together. So you can see that the first one is only a part of this castle. But let's have a look at the naked hardcover. Oh, and there's artwork, so there's no blurbs on these books, which I do find a little bit annoying. For like a video like this or any review video I make, I have to go on Goodreads, and there's just, I don't like doing it. I don't feel I should have to do it. Even if the artwork is included on the book, there are a lot of information cards that come in this box. Can't it just be on one of them? But it might be something for the future. But we do have this gorgeous artwork on there, and it is a gorgeous artwork on there too. But where the dust jacket is lovely and pink and cozy and pretty and beautiful, the naked hardcover is black and silver and purple and oh my god, everything I love. And again, every inch of this is used, silver foiling, purple flowers, just absolutely gorgeous. And the other two are exactly like this, just with a different picture on it. We do have the foiled spine as well, and again, full artwork, foiling the lot on the back. Now with this one, there is no end paper artwork, so it is just a blank colour, and we do get signed book plates with every book too. So these come separate to the books. They are in the box, but they are on a separate little square of carding. You can peel it off and stick it in your book like I have, or you can just keep it with the book if you don't want to stick it anywhere. Right, so I will be looking off camera to read the blurb simply because it doesn't have it and there are no cards for me to read. So look at the pretty artwork while I read off this screen. Living on an island plagued by magic and mythical monsters isn't a fairy tale, it's a nightmare. After Keelan witnesses her sister's murder at the hands of the legendary Gankana, an immortal creature who seduces women and kills them with a cursed kiss, she realises there's nothing she wouldn't do to get her back. With the help of a vengeful witch, she's given everything she needs to resurrect the person she loves most. But first, she must slay the Gankana. Tadig, a devilishly handsome half-fae who has no patience for high society or propriety, would rather spend his time in the company of loose women and dark creatures than help a human kill one of his own. That is, until Keelan makes him an offer he can't refuse. Together they embark on a cross-country curse-breaking mission that promises life but ends in death. So this is the first book in the Myths of Aaron trilogy. So good. It has an average rating on Goodreads of 3.9, and I have read this one. If you've seen some of my other reviews of subscription boxes, you will know how rare that is. But I have read this one and I give it a 3.5. Now, this book is selling on eBay. You can't find it on the Butterfly Book Club shop. They do have a brand new website and I will link that down below. So more books are going to be added to it, but it's just not... The subscriptions are there. I think they want to get the first month out of the way so they make sure that the subscriptions are working as they should do, and then things will be added to the shop there as well. So if you see a book that you like, I would save their website and have a look on it in February, because this particular edition, the book on its own without the other two, this edition is going for between £20 and £50. Now the book box is £25. Now let's compare the covers. So this is the Butterfly Book Club special edition cover, and this is the normal everyday cover. As you can see, they have taken the elements such as the sword and the flowers, but other than that, completely different. A proper special edition. Now it does have trigger warnings. So this book has scenes depicting grief and loss, violence, sexual assault, and contains some sexual content. It's a little bit. I've done my best to handle these elements sensitively, but if these issues could be considered triggering for you, please take note. It's a fair romantasy, what else do they expect? Now we didn't just get the book in this book box, we got goodies too. Let's check them out. So we got prompt cards, which I don't have anymore because I have read the book and decided to keep it, but all my prompt cards are kept in here. We did get a personalised bookmark with art for the book on the back, so every book from the Butterfly Book Club gets its own proper bookmark. And we got this box. So this is character art of Tadig, and on the back there is another book quote, which is, "There will never be a time or place when I won't want to be with you." And this is the box that I keep all my prompt cards in for books that I haven't read yet, which is getting a little bit full. Now, next month is May, and the theme for May was Tartarus Bound. So you just know it's going to be a book incorporating Greek myth, and I am all here for it. And the book was Mate Me by Kel Carpenter and Aurelia Jane, and as you can probably guess from the title, it's dark romance. It's on the, well, for me, it's on the cusp of dark romance. There's not as much sex in here as I thought there was going to be. But this is the cover. Again, no foiling, but it is shiny on the pomegranates and skulls. And we do have this on the back and this on the back. So in there it says, "With every stolen kiss and forbidden touch, I just might be handing him my heart." Now the sprayed edges are a block colour, and I'm going to show it this way, the King of Monsters. So we're going to have a look at the other cover, because it does come with two. So this is the bright colour, this is the bright cover, and on the inside we've got the soulless one and prisoner, captor, mate. And we do have a discreet cover, which is this. It is the same artwork exactly that is on the bright colour version, but it is just black and glossy. And the same on the back. And the same on the inside too. So these are the two covers side by side. And when I went away on holiday, I did take this book with me, and I opted for the discreet cover instead, so people wouldn't know that I was reading smut. Which do you prefer? So onto the naked hardcover, and again we do have artwork. This is Hades and Persephone, obviously, and it continues with the theme on the spine and the same artwork kind of on the back, and a quote which is, "She wanted to see me as the villain, so be it. I'd be the villain and she could be the saviour." Internal artwork, it is just blood red, and again it's blood red on the back, and we do have 2 book plates, both signed by both authors there. Now let's have a look at what came in this box. So again we get the bookmark for the book, and it says "Nothing good happens on a full moon." We got this nice little bag that I can't find what to do with it, which has the same artwork that is on the naked hardcover here. We got this golden spoon. It's kind of like the swords in the other books, but I think a spoon is different. And we also got this bookmark. Now I don't use it as a bookmark. It says "Just claim me as yours." I don't use it as a bookmark simply because, man, is that too thick. Way too thick to be used as a bookmark. It makes all my books look weird. So I don't use it as a bookmark. I just keep it on my shelf with the spoon. So let's get into the blurb. Beauty and the Beast meets Hades and Persephone in this shifter fantasy romance standalone. A god wants me dead. My ancestors stole half his soul, then imprisoned him in Tartarus, thinking he'd be forgotten, that he could never return. They were wrong. The day he rips open a portal between our worlds, my life is over. As the current guardian of his cursed soul, my head is on the chopping block, but there's a snag in his plan. This dark god believes he's my fated mate. We're not, but he refuses to take no for an answer. When he kidnaps my cousin, I'm forced to make a deal. To rescue her, I have to spend 6 months in Tartarus, pretending to be his mate, his queen. Saving both our lives means fake dating the king of monsters. The real danger comes when my modern-day Hades makes it clear that he wants not just my life, but my love. That was never part of the bargain, but with every stolen kiss and forbidden touch, I just might be handing him my heart. So as you can tell, it will be spicy. Now, this is a standalone, but it does take place in a series that isn't really a series. It's in the Shadow Bond Shifter series. That every book is written by different authors. It just takes place around the kind of same type of thing. I don't know whether that's a thing with dark romance, whether anyone can just dip in and keep it to the same. I really need to change my choice of words there. It doesn't have any trigger warnings listed, but it does get a little bit spicy, but not as spicy as I thought it would. So this has an average rating on Goodreads of a 4, and I rated this one a 3.5. Now, I would say that you can find this on eBay, but you can't because it's not listed anywhere that I can find. But it does have some very different covers to this one. So this is the Butterfly Book Club cover. This is another cover for it. And this is a cover more in line with sort of the Mills and Boon-esque type of thing that it is. If I saw either of them, I probably wouldn't pick it up. If I saw this, yeah, I probably wouldn't pick it up either, because smut was not my thing. Now, June's theme was War of the Writers, and June's book was A Rivalry of Hearts by Tassonja Odette. I probably said that wrong. And this is the cover, so there's no shiny bits, there's no foiling. It is just this very nice, very pretty artwork. And it says, "You are beautiful," he says, voice deep and melodic. "Your words are beautiful." Now the sprayed edges are a block salmony pinky colour, and then a dark green on the bottom with this on the edges. It does look very spring-like, very flowery, very sort of romance-esque. But let's have a look at the naked hardcover. Now this is the naked hardcover. It is pale green, it isn't white, but in this light it is. So he's in green, she's in pink foiling, and yeah, this is all we get. And we have the same shininess on the spine and the same shininess on the back. And it says, "Do you want that? Do you want me to ruin you?" Oh dear, oh my. It depends who it is. But inside we do have our first end paper artwork on here. And it's the same artwork there on the back as well. Now we do have the signed bookplate too. And it's got the same colours as the cover, which is the light green and pink. And it is signed. And inside we do have, it is roses, and on here. So let's compare covers. So this is the butterfly edition, this is another edition, and this is another edition. Now I don't know whether one of them is the American version and one of them is a normal UK version, and I'm not sure which one I like best because they all seem quite soft, spring-like, romancy. So let's have a look what came in the box. So like with the other books, we do get the bookmark that goes with the book, and which has a quote on the back that says, "Those closest to me have always said my imagination would be my downfall." On there. And we did get the prompt cards with it, and we did get, I've got noted down that we got a wash bag with it, except I'm using it as a makeup bag. It is all the way upstairs. I've only just remembered what it looks like. So this, if you can't tell by the cover, is a romantasy, and it is the first in the Fae Flings and Corset Strings book series. That is one hell of a mouthful. So let's have a look what the blurb's about. You can look at the pretty cover while I read. Two rival writers, one prestigious publishing contract, a bargain of hearts and seduction. They say never bargain with the fae. They do, and you shouldn't. They also say don't get drunk on fair wine. They do, and you definitely shouldn't. Yet romance author Edwina Danforth has managed a blunder with both on her first visit to the infamous Fairlands. Now she's trapped in a magic-fueled bet she barely remembers with a man she'd be happier to forget. The terms? Whoever can bed the most lovers during their month-long dueling book tour wins a coveted publishing contract. What the fuck? The win should be easy for Edwina. She's known for penning scintillating tales of whirlwind romance. There's just one thing. Her imagination vastly exceeds her bedroom experience. But when failure means plummeting her career back into obscurity, losing isn't an option. Her handsome fair rival, William Haywood, poses an even greater challenge. Not only are his looks as aggravatingly perfect as his track record behind closed doors, but he has his own reasons for playing to win, and he won't go down without a fight. But he won't. Unless, of course, it's a different kind of going down. In that case, he's fair game. Edwina and William clash in a rivalry of romance, but what happens when their objects of desire turn out to be each other? A Rivalry of Hearts is a spicy standalone adult fantasy rom-com. I'd have never guessed. Jesus. So, have I read this yet? No, I haven't read this one yet. It was at this point that I got behind with reading from this book box. It's my goal this year to read all of them, or get rid of them. But this has an average rating of 4 on Goodreads, and you can find this beautiful butterfly copy with all its gorgeousness and spice waiting underneath these beautiful, innocent, spring-like colours. And it is selling on eBay for £55, which is double the amount the book box costs. So you must really, really want it. Pun intended. I can't help myself, it's so fun. Now it does have trigger warnings. So, A Rivalry of Hearts may be a cosy, low-stakes fantasy rom-com, but it does contain some topics that might be upsetting to some readers. Below is not an exhaustive list, but please note the following content. Adult situations. Well, yeah, it's an adult romantasy. Explicit language, overindulgence in liquor. Well, I mean, that could be any video on my channel. Fantasy drug use, death of a parental figure mentioned, chronic illness of a family member with poor prognosis, descriptive on-page sex scenes, medium spice, public displays of sexual activity and mentions of voyeurism, intended essay/taking advantage of an inebriated person, not explicit, the perpetrator is intercepted and stopped before he can make an attempt. And it does have this wonderful character art inside too. Now, July's theme was dark and cursed. And the book was Hidden Beneath the Embers by Faye Beck. And this is the chunkiest book that we have had in the subscription box so far. It did just get beaten by the one we've just had in January, but that won't be featured in this one. If you want to see that, check out my unboxing of it up there. But this is the book. This is the darkest cover, apart from the discreet cover of Make Me, that we have had so far. And this is the first in the Dark Curse series, and it is very dark on here, so you've just got roses and flame. I mean, look how big it is. And we have the rose petals on the back. And the only foiling is a quote from the book that says, "You know the devil can't resist a hunt, dearest." Ooh. Now, the sprayed edges are a block colour, and a sword in flame, or blood. I think it's supposed to be flame, but it's fine either way. It looks more like blood to me. A sword in blood sounds better. And this is a romantasy book and a debut novel. I love it when book boxes include a debut novel because it must be so psyched up to get a special edition. Let's have a look underneath its jacket. So on the dust jacket coat, we just have flames on here. And on the naked hardcover, we have character art. So we have this on the front, and the light gives way to the dark on the back. And it does wrap around. So if I open this up we go. This is what it looks like all the time. And it says that the hard case is illustrated by the actual author. So these are the actual character art that the author envisioned her characters looking like, which I think is a very nice touch. But the end pages are, again, some character art. Wonderfully drawn. And it's the same there on the back too. Let's have a look at the blurb. Hide and Seek was a game Davina loved playing as a child because she always won. But after the death of her adopted father, the game became her life's mission to seek a blood relative to set her free from the cursed deal she made. When every lead turns up empty, Davinia is forced to seek help from the creatures that hide in the dark. And when her fairy tale dream for her life goes up in flames, Davinia finds herself questioning everything she thought she knew as one secret after another is revealed. As darkness surrounds her, she wonders if there is any chance of waking from this nightmare. With the help of new allies, will she find her way back to the light or fall deeper into hell? What started as a quest for her freedom quickly turns into a fight for her life as Davinia navigates loss, lust and love, but more importantly as she seeks answers to who or what she is. Now, like I said, this is the cover from the butterfly box, and this is another cover, and this is another cover that I found. I think I do prefer this one. It just has more flames in it on picture, whereas this is quite dark and muted, at least how I'm looking at it. This is quite a bit brighter. If you didn't guess it already, it is a romantasy. This has an average rating on Goodreads, because I haven't read it yet, of 3.7. And you can find this beautiful butterfly edition with its gorgeous sprayed edges and very girthy book selling on eBay from anywhere from £40 to £65. The book box is only £24. But let's have a look what we got in the box. So as always, we do get the bookmark, this time not with the title of the book, but some very dramatic character art. And a quote. Oh no, we do get the title. I thought it was a quote from the book, but it's not, it's the title. And we did get, that goes with the book, this book tracker with this artwork on it. and a quote from the book that says, "My soul is damned anyway." And it's even got gold foiling. So in here is a book review tracker, which with no dates on, so you can use it until the very, very last page, which I intend to, because I've already started using it. So that is the best thing we've got in one of these book boxes, apart from the books, so far. Now we do have the signed book plate up here, and we have trigger warnings, such as grief, violence, blood, torture, death, PTSD episodes, emotional and physical abuse, mentioning passing sexual assault, no on-page details, death after childbirth but not the cause of death, profanity, sexually explicit scenes. This book does end on a cliffhanger. There is also a bonus chapter at the end of the book you don't want to miss, that hidden gem, enjoy. And last warning, you may also find yourself getting hot. Sorry, I can't extinguish the fires that start between your legs, that's all you. My Jesus. Now moving into August, and the theme for this month was Web of Deceit. And the book for this month was A Sword and Shadow of Deceit by Lucinda Dark. And this has character art on the front, but it isn't foiling, it is raised up there at the top. And the artwork does wrap around onto the back as well. And on the back it says, "Desperation makes warriors of captives." And the sprayed edges are a block purple, and spiders. This is gorgeous. An absolute gorgeous sprayed edge. Just coming down from its web. Absolutely beautiful. So let's have a look at the naked hardcover. Now on the dust jacket we do have the art on here as well, and that says, "You are a sword, Kira. Swords do not feel pain. They do not feel regret. They simply act as the weapon they were meant to be." But the naked hardcover is this. It is black, it is blue, it is silver foiling, it is spiders, swords, love it. And the spine is this. And again, we have artwork on the back. Now, one of the things I do love about these books is they use every little bit that they can for artwork. No praise for the book, no praise for the author, no blank backs. It's used, utilised, and so much the better for it. So this is the internal artwork. Atmospheric character art, love it. And it is the same here on the back too. So this is an adult fantasy and the first book in the Mortal Gods series. So let's have a look at the blurb. Desperation makes warriors of captives. Now that's what it said on the front. The gods split the skies and rained down tyranny upon the mortal realm long ago. Ever since then, the only thing worse than being human is being of divine blood. For someone like me, an undocumented godchild, indebted to the Underworld Assassination Guild, that means only one thing: a life in the shadows. Or so it should have been, until Mortal Gods Academy. Until them. The Darkhaven brothers are truly the worst of all the gods' spawn. Arrogant, wicked, violent. Sounds like just my type. To them, I'm nothing more than a human plaything meant for torment. For me, they're the path and the key to my freedom. But if any of them find out who I am, what I am, even the shadows won't be able to save me. Please note this is a dark fantasy romance with themes of enslavement, death of loved ones, and other various themes that may be triggering. Please check the trigger warnings and read responsibly. So, let's check them trigger warnings. Child death, child abuse, suicidal thoughts / ideation, servitude, class system prejudice, attempted rape, non-consensual and dubious consent, self-harm, torture, humiliation, death, blood and gore. Wow. Now in this we do have a map. I love when books have a map. And I've put the signed book plate over on there. And we do get a glossary list of gods which lasts for just 1 and a bit pages. Not that much. So let's see what we got in this box. Now as with any, we get the bookmark. And welcome to Mortal Gods Academy. And we got a dagger cloth standing book thing, which I will put a picture somewhere up here because it's right over there in the corner under all my stuff for eBay, in my book tin. And it's like I've got a pile like this of books that are on eBay, and there's a tin underneath it, and it's in that tin, so I don't really want to muss it up. So here is the bag thing, which I don't know how to use because I know what it's for. You're supposed to stand your books in it and put them on your shelf, but I want to see them. I don't want to see the book bag up to like here. And no, I haven't read this one yet. I will get to it this year, but it does have an average rating of 4 on Goodreads, so it can't be that bad. And it is selling on eBay. You can find this beautiful blue copy with the beautiful spiders everywhere. You can find it on eBay for around £40. So how does the cover compare to the normal one? So this is the Butterfly Beautiful Special Edition cover. This is the normal cover that I could find on Goodreads, and you can see they are very, very different, and this is far better. Now we are into September, the academic month, and this month's theme was Lost Lover. And the book for this month was The Curse of Ophelia by Nicole Platania. But this is the first white book, coloured book we've had. Most of them have either been very spring-like or very dark. This one is white and with silver foiling, silver holographic foiling, I do beg your pardon, around the character art on the cover. The Butterfly Book Club do love the character art on the cover. Sometimes I can give or take it, but they do it very well. We'll continue onto the back, where it says, "For every day my heart beats, I'm yours. My heart, my soul, it's all yours." Now the sprayed edges are a block pinky colour, and a hand tied by rope. I'll try not to read into any of that. Let's have a look under the jacket. Now under here we do have again white and holographic, and it says, "My North Star until the stars stop shining." You can guess it's a romance. But this is the naked hardcover. Probably the most underwhelming one we've had in the year so far. There just seems a lot of space that isn't used, and it seems like a lot of space used, not like a lot of space not used compared to the ones we've already had a look at. And it continues on to the back with this. Again, it's a lot of space not used, which blows it out of the bag when you go to look at the end paper artwork. Now this is the fantasy box, it is not the romance box. The subscription does deal with 2 of them on here. So none of these that come in the romance box, these are all the fantasy boxes. So this is a debut novel again, and it is the first in the Curse of Ophelia series. So let's have a look at the blurb. "The war is over, the curse is lifted, Malachi is gone. It's been 2 years since Ophelia has seen the boy she loves. When a treaty was signed ending the war and lifting the curse on Mystique warriors, Malachi left to attempt the sacred ritual known as the Undertaking. He never returned, and the undertaking was forbidden. Ophelia's world crumbled around her. Since then, she has pursued a fruitless search for answers. When the deadly curse resurfaces only on her, Ophelia finds solace in the idea that when she dies, she may finally be reunited with her lost love. Then a messenger appears, telling her that she alone may be the one to save her people. With her closest friends by her side, Ophelia embarks on a race against death, one that will not only challenge her physically, but make her question the Mystique leaders, the angels, and her belief in love. Can she win the fight against fate before the curse takes her life, or will the betrayals exposed along the way kill her first? With influence from Greek mythology, this debut is the first in a new adult fantasy romance series, full of heart-wrenching love, shattering betrayals, and fighting for what you believe in. And, of course, it does have trigger warnings. And they are: this book contains depictions of grief, alcohol dependency, blood/gore, death of a loved one, violence, torture, some sexual content. If any of these may be harmful to you, please read carefully. I think I'm good. Now let's have a look at some of the other art. So this, of course, is the special edition. This is the normal cover, and I really don't like this cover. This is so much better than that one. So this, I haven't read this one yet, and this has an average rating currently on Goodreads of 3.5. So it's kind of like this. And it is selling on eBay, this edition, if it interests you, from anywhere from £30 to £45. Now bear in mind the box is only £24. And I can't say whether these books are on the website because it's not operational in that way, but I advise you to go check it out before you buy anything on eBay. So let's have a look at what came in the box. Now we did get a shopping bag that I can't for the life of me find. I don't know where I've put it. We did get the usual bookmark for it. Again with the same artwork that is on the sprayed edges, and the usual prompt cards with it too. And now we are into October, the spooky month. So the theme for this month was School of Monsters. And the book was Monstrous by Nicole Rubino. And this is the cover. It is sort of a creamy colour with gold foiling, which again is repeated there on the back. And it says, "I don't know what I'm more afraid of, coming face to face with a bloodthirsty monster or myself." And the sprayed edges are a block colour, and I think they speak for themselves. So first, let's compare covers. So this is the special edition cover, this is the normal everyday cover, and I very much prefer this one. So let's have a look at the naked hardcover. So inside we still get the things on the side which says, "I've never been afraid of the dark. I never needed a nightlight when I was younger, or any reassurance that there was no monster in my closet or under my bed. Perhaps that's because a part of me always knew I was one." But the naked hardcover is this, and it does leave something to be desired. I am not keen on this. It's a bit like an architect's drawing, and I'm just, no, I don't like it. It's the first time I've actually noticed there's eyes in the dark there though. And it does wrap around to have this on the back. So when you open it up, it looks like this. Now the internal artwork is sort of a Disney-fied character art, which I am not very keen on. I would rather have it raw and, you know, a bit gritty. Now one thing to note with this cover in particular is that the foil, if you touch it for too long, it does rub off. It doesn't with any of the other ones, but it does with this one. I don't know whether it's the type of gold foil, because you can see it here, on here, and you can see it, or I can see it, on the back. So that isn't a good look for it. But let's have a look at the blurb. "Monstrous claws weren't the type of gift I'd been expecting for my 18th birthday, along with the desire to eat my ex-boyfriend." Oh, who hasn't had those? "Yet those beastly traits and carnivorous urges are the exact reason I'm here at Alastair University. Alastair University was all I heard about growing up. Its prestige and exclusivity could rival any Ivy League. But that's not the real reason that sets the school apart from the others. Everyone at this school is a monster, like me. I should feel safe here. This school will afford me the opportunity to hone my monstrous abilities and curb my carnivorous urges. Not to mention, I have a fierce girl gang by my side, guiding me every step of the way. But then decapitated bodies start showing up on campus. Someone is killing off students, and in a school full of monsters, everyone is a suspect. Yet all eyes are on Nick Cavellos, a boy whose charm is as deadly as his claws, and who I can't seem to stay away from. Despite danger lurking around every corner, I'm determined to prove Nick's innocence. But in order to do that, I'll have to let my monstrous side loose. I just don't know what I'm more afraid of, coming face to face with the bloodthirsty monster, or myself." Offering a sinister twist on your typical Greek mythology stories, Monstrous is the first in a 3-book dark fantasy series filled with jaw-dropping twists, heart-stopping romance, and deadly cliffhangers. Now let's check if there's any trigger warnings. But we do have the signed bookplate. Monstrous is best enjoyed for readers 18+ as it contains graphic consensual sex, blood play, which it does in graphic detail, and it's disgusting. I'm not here to kink shame, you like what you like, but some graphic violence and gore, cannibalistic thoughts described in detail, reference to off-page sexual assault, on-page light sexual assault, kissing, anxiety, panic attacks, and character death. So that is what is on the spread edges, a blood play, and it's graphic and it goes on for a page. So like I said, this is the first in a series. I do want the second book. I'm holding out hope that they are going to release the special edition of it, if this one. And it has an average rating of 4 on Goodreads, and I have read this. I rated it a 4 as well, and you can find my review video somewhere down below. Now you can get this version on eBay, this glorious version on eBay, from £28 to £60. It really depends on what bargain you snag, but it is well worth the read, even if it is a little bit filthy. But what we got in the box with this book, we got the bookmark, which I used when reading, and we got a jigsaw. Now, I don't do jigsaws. The jigsaw is available on eBay. It's not doing very well, which I didn't expect it to. I am open to offers. I just want rid of it. I don't do jigsaws. And now we are into November, and November's theme was Wild Whisperer. And the book is By the Orchid and the Owl by Mariah Montoya. And this cover is busy. Very, very busy. Very, very colourful. Just everything, everywhere, all at once. Just extremely detailed and everything. And it does wrap around here to there, and it says, "Your power does not scare me, Raina Dre." But it will. But altogether, this is what it looks like when you open it up. So, let's compare covers. So this, of course, is the special edition. This is the normal edition, and it is very pretty. I don't know whether this one's a bit busy compared to this one, or whether I like the subtlety of that one a little bit better. I just can't decide. But let's have a look at the naked hardcover. And the end pages actually open out to be more of the artwork on there. Now, the naked hardcover is completely different. It is pink with pink foiling. And although it is very busy, it's not as busy colourful-wise as the front cover is. But it is a hell of a lot of useful foiling on here. And the back says, "You are the hurricane that has ravaged my heart, Raina, and you are the only one who can put it back together." And the spread edges are a light pink, and here, look at all them butterflies. Look at all the butterflies. There are butterflies everywhere. I do like the edges. They are very cute. And the end paper artwork, whereas this is bright and the dust jacket is colourful, the end paper artwork is dark. But it is colourful a bit on the back. Now this is, if you didn't guess, it is a romantasy book, and it is the first in a series called The Aeschylean Institute. I had to say that a few times. So, let's have a look at the blurb. On the island of Aeschol, a ruling council gives magic to all its citizens, whether they want it or not. 18-year-old Raina Dre should be excited for her branding when the island's good council will infuse her blood with one of five sanctioned, the ability to wield elements, summon objects, shift forms, talk to wildlife, or manipulate minds. That really doesn't flow right. The good council is good. The branding doesn't hurt. And the institution she must attend afterward to learn how to control her new gift is only a little dangerous. Or at least that's what Raina has always heard. As soon as she arrives at the Aeschylean Institute, however, a peer-pressured dare makes her explode with a power as deadly as it is forbidden. Worse yet, the only one who can teach her how to hide it from the good council is Cohen Steeler, a much too handsome fifth year, who can manipulate minds as easily as he breathes. He alone understands Raina's forbidden power, because he has the same one. With their secret in each other's hands, Raina soon uncovers other dark secrets that threaten the very foundation of the island itself. And the worst of them? If the good council finds out what lurks in her and Cohen's blood, they'll both face a fate beyond obedience, and a punishment worse than death. Now, I haven't read this one yet. This has an average rating of 4.3 on Goodreads, and you can't find this on eBay. At least I couldn't at the time of writing my notes for this video, but you might be able to now. But let's see what came in this box. So like the other ones, we do get a bookmark which has the book title and a lot of green flowers, and the author name on the back with a lot of pinkness. And we did get this book pot, which I keep all the bookmarks in, which is very, very nice. Smaller than the ones we usually get in other book boxes by about half, but very nice nonetheless. And covered in butterflies, of course. Let's check the trigger warnings, because there's bound to be some. There's a 2-page map and no trigger warnings. And we do have the signed book plate. So we are into December, the festive month, the end of the year, and the theme for December was A Crown Stolen. And the book this month was The Dagger and the Forbidden Heir by Amelia J. And it is, compared to the last one, which was colours everywhere, this is just black with gold foiling. And I think it hits a little better. And it does continue onto the back. Now that isn't praise for the book, that is, beware of the day the pillar falls, for an heir will rise of blood and malice. And when the moment comes that the enemy weeps, a stranger of kin shall forge the way for the one who was promised. It's a prophecy. Now the sprayed edges on here are something else. We have a dark green, and oh my god, it is so vivid and gorgeous. So let's compare the covers. So this is Butterflies edition. This is the normal edition, and you can see that the artwork on this one was replicated for the sprayed edges. Very nice touch. Let's have a look at the naked hardcover. So on the inside we do just have a sword and a bow, and on the naked hardcover it is a work of art. And it does wrap around onto the back. So if I open it up, oh, that sounds nice. But this is what it looks like all opened up, as much as I dare without cracking a bit more of it. And the artwork is character art, and it is the same artwork here on the back. Let's check out the blurb. A century ago an exchange was proposed, a life saved for a war of revenge. For Captain Leah Solus of the Fair Army and the secret bastard daughter of the king, she's reminded of these consequences daily. Unable to claim her heritage or her throne, she's powerless to stop the innocent bloodshed that her birth ushered in. On the other side of the lines, Commander Jace Cadoria gladly fights the war of his ancestors to slaughter the Fae who have terrorized the humans of their realm for generations. And with a cunning plan to trap them, their end could finally be in sight. Except it quickly spirals out of control, leaving Leah and Jace, enemies of opposite sides, stranded together in a dangerous terrain. Engaged in an intimate battle of their own, both warring to take control, they'll need their wits now more than ever to survive, because this fight could cost their lives and their hearts. And it's got Throne of Glass meets House of the Dragon, so... Oh, content warning. Please note that this book is not intended for readers below the age of 18. This warning is due to explicit language, violence/gore, mentions of past child abuse, and mentions of sexual assault. So let's see if it's got any trigger warnings. It has a map! And it does have trigger warnings. It says exactly what I've just said from the blurb. This series has multiple POVs, including the villains. Please note that these villains are true in their nature. They are wicked to their core, and you will see inside their minds, which can be disturbing to some readers. Not to me, that sounds like heaven. I'd love to get in the mind of a villain. I am dressed for villainy. So this is another debut novel. I do like all the debut novels included this year. And it is the first book in the Forbidden Heir trilogy. It has an average rating of 3.9 on Goodreads, so it is up there, and it is selling on eBay, this version with its gorgeous sprayed edge, selling on eBay from anywhere from £28 to £40. Now the book box has gone up to 28. I think it's been 28 all along, to be honest. I'm getting the price mixed up with the Evernight one. The book box is 28. This is selling for more or less 28. Let's have a look before I forget what came in the box, because my, have we got some goodies. So this is the last box that will have an item in it, and we do always have the bookmark on here with the book title and some artwork with Amelia J and dragons. Everybody loves dragons at the minute. I blame Fourth Wing. Now the item that came in this box, like I said, this box is the last time we'll get an item because they're cutting back costs this year. As you can imagine, it is pretty tight. What a product to end on. This is the dagger that is on the normal front cover and it's sprayed edges. And it is in a gorgeous box. So like the Illumicrate ones, like these, come in velvet pouches. This is in a gorgeous presentation box. Just fantabulous. And it sits over on there. Now, with December being done, you would think that that is the year over, but au contraire, I did have some pre-orders, because you can buy books on this website that are not part of the book subscription, and this was a set. Yes, I've bought a set without reading the first book, and that is the When Wishes Bleed duology by Casey Bond. So we've got the first book is When Wishes Bleed, and the second, The Omen of Stones. So we'll go have a look at this one first. So this is the front cover of that one. And it says one prince, one witch, one fate. And the edges are green. Now the artwork does continue. And the naked hardcover is this, with a little bit of foiling, just enough. And more foiling on the back of it, which says, he wasn't an obscure concept of destiny, or a dream of what the future would hold. And the internal artwork is very dark brooding character art, and it's the same artwork there on the back too. Now the second book has again the same type of artwork except with a different character, and it says on the back, Spirit and Stone, Song and Sky, Fate and Future all align. It sounds like a spell to me. And that is the sprayed edges. This is the naked hardcover, and it says, how beautiful is it when fate dabbles in matters of the heart. Depends what book you're reading. And with this on the back. Now it does match. So this is the front cover of the first book, and this is the back cover of the second. So you can sit it on your shelf just like that, except it'd be in the wrong order. Oh no, it'd be in the right one. This one's the first one. It does go together like that. And on the back of them, it does fit. Now the end pages for this are, again, dark brooding character art, but there is a lot not used here. Just smoke. And it's the same on the back. And they were my only two pre-orders. And now it is time for the ranking. Do let's. So, in my mind, the worst item that has come in these book boxes for 2024 is the jigsaw, because I don't like jigsaws. I am not a jigsaw person. It's going on eBay, except nobody wants it, because it's the artwork of the hardcover, and it just doesn't do it for me. And the best item, I've already said it, but it is the book tracker, because I love the artwork. And I love being able to write and review my books in this. I love it because I love making lists, writing things down. It makes me happy inside. So my worst buy rating I can't really do, because most of them that I have read, such as Curse Kiss, Make Me and Monstrous, are either 3.5 or around that. So I don't really have a worse one. And out of the three, have I only read 3? I have only read 3. Out of them, the best rating was Monstrous at a 4, Because although it was YA, which it is, with a bit of spice, and it does have fucking blood play, ugh, it incorporates Greek myth, not in the way that feels forced and it's pushed in but it does do it in a very unique way. The monsters are tied to Greek mythology creatures, and it is up to the reader to guess which ones they are. So you've got to be up on your Greek myth monsters. And how it ends, there's a character at the end that I want more of her in the next book. She's fantastic. So, the worst dust jacket. And that is A Rivalry of Hearts, because it's spring-like, it's romantic, it's, compared to the other ones, I prefer my books to be dark. You would never have guessed. But the whole romance spring thing, it's just not me. Now, this isn't to say that I don't like the artwork, because I do. It isn't to say that the artist is crap, because they're not. For this ranking, it is, if they were all in a line on the floor, this would be at the end out of the ones that we've got. And now the book with the best dust jacket. The Dagger and the Forbidden Air, because it's black, it's gold foiling, it's subtle but impacts so much, and it's more a bit of me. So you can kind of tell what I like and what I don't, because, yeah, just a little bit different. Now the book with the worst sprayed edges. Out of all these, it has to be Monstrous, because blood play is just, it's disgusting. I just, no, I just can't. I just can't, and it's there, and I can see it, and no. The one with the best sprayed edges, it was so hard to pick just one, because in the running is A Sword of Shadow and Deceit, By the Orchid and the Owl, and The Dagger and the Forbidden Air. And I'm sorry, it's got to go to these edges, because this is gorgeous. It is vibrant, it is eye-catching, it's flawless. Now the one with the worst hardcover artwork, and I feel like I'm picking on this book at this point. But it is A Rivalry of Hearts, because where the others really pack in a lot, this, to my mind, it's a whole lot of nothing. And the book with the best hardcover artwork is The Dagger and the Forbidden Air, again, because, oh my god, this is just everything I would want. Now, the book with the worst internal artwork, and that is Monstrous, because I don't like character art when it's Disney-fied. I just want it raw and gritty, and this just doesn't do it for me. It's a bit cute for my liking. And lastly, the book with the best internal artwork, and that is A Sword of Shadow and Deceit, because this is the gritty rawness I am looking for, longing, just everything. And that concludes my wrap up for the Butterfly Book Club's book subscription in 2024. Let me know what you think of these books down in the comment section below. Which was your favourite? Which did you like best? Which did you like least? I want to know your opinion. So let me know down in the comments, and remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and as always, keep reading.
They weave a tale so grand, woven by a whispering hand. Sip the wine, embrace the night, dark stars journey shining bright, through the trials, through the pain, love and light shall still remain.